So let's shift gears and go back to Washington. I mean, this has been a subplot this whole season long. Kevin Durant entering free agency for the first time in his life, really, at 27. Phil, he's pretty much saying that Washington is a difficult place for him to play. He has to give 90, 100 tickets every time he plays at home. Unlike the media spotlight there. What do you think? Is there any way this is in the cards?
I mean, he's going to be playing with a point guard, John Wall, whose main job is to give him the ball, and he'll have presumably a two guard who can shoot in Bradley Beal. I mean, and a coach he's used to. I can see the appeal, but I also see, for every good story you have for someone who's playing at home, you also have the Eddie Currys who should have never been in Chicago. And at the end of the day, I just don't think you're going to do better than having a supporting cast of Russell Westbrook and Kevin and Serge Ibaka. And let's not forget, this is not technically the first time he's been a free agent. He was last time. He just took care of it really quick, and he just signed his max deal because the team knew they were going to throw all the money at him. He just signed it right away, and he didn't want to deal with this. I think part of him, I think the only reason he's considering this, honestly, I think he likes Oklahoma City. I think he likes his teammates. I just think he's looking at LeBron and all them, and he's like, listen, I am getting 27, 28. I want to start having some hardware. I think this is a make or break year for them. If they win a championship, or I want to say make the finals, but I don't even know if that's good enough, to be honest. If they win the championship, I think he's a sure lock in. But I just don't see many better situations. Is him, Wall, and Beal really better than him, Westbrook, and Ibaka?
No,
In my eyes, not even close. Exactly, and again, there's those other supporting cast. Dion Waiters really stepped up, and as Cantor, for all we want to make fun of him on the defensive end, is a good guy on the offensive end. Adams, and that team's young. People like those guys were just mentioned are actually the older guys on that team. I mean, you have Nick Collison's, but they don't have super active roles. Like Mitch McGary's come to replace him. I don't see him going there only because it's not a better opportunity, and he's going to get his money either way.
Justin, does having Scott Brooks in Washington in any way aid this?
Maybe 1%, but I know he is close with Scott Brooks, but if Scott Brooks was that big of a decision or a deciding factor, he wouldn't have been fired in OKC. Yeah. Durant would have went to the front office and said, no, I want to play with Scott Brooks. I think the whole coming home thing is a little overblown. Just with LeBron doing it. Honestly, in my opinion, if LeBron was drafted by the Memphis Grizzlies, spent 7 years there, won 2 championships in Miami after that, he's not going to Cleveland that summer. It was the aspect of unfinished business, of giving your early years to that team and coming up short and wanting to complete that legacy. I don't think Durant is drawn to Washington. I think there's better options. Really, if you want a better supporting cast, you could consider the Boston Celtics. You could consider the Minnesota Timberwolves now with Thibodeau. You could consider the Atlanta Hawks. There's so many better options out there than Washington with John Wall, who's great, but we haven't seen a pass-first, can't-shoot point guard really win a title in a very long time. People want to cite Rondo with the Celtics, but he was a 25-minute per game player in the finals. They were using Eddie House to close games. Bradley Beal has injury concerns. He might have to play on a minute restriction his whole career. There's so many unanswered factors there. And he didn't even grow up a Wizards fan. He grew up a Raptors fan. So I just can't see Durant seriously considering Washington, even with Scott Brooks. I don't think that makes Scott Brooks a bad hire, but I just don't think that's going to be what brings Durant there.
Yeah,